Okay, we're ready to make our taco salad now. We've cut up our vegetables. The only thing that I'm not showing you is about cooking the ground beef. With the ground beef, I did cook this beforehand, so make sure that you're cooking your ground beef all the way through. When you are cooking it in your frying pan, put your ground beef in there. You want to make sure that when you cook it, all the pink is gone. There's no pink remaining. Use a spatula to break it up so you can see actually inside the ground beef to make sure there are no pink parts. Once you're done that, you're going to drain off the grease. In order to drain off the grease, you cannot let it go down the sink. Please do not pour that down the sink. Instead, you're going to get like an old can. Say, for example, after I finish using my beans, take the can from that and I can pour my grease into that. Then I'm going to put it back onto the stove top. I'm going to fry up my onions with it and my garlic and mix those all in together. And if you can see I've even put a little bit of corn in this. I also put my taco seasoning. So now my meat's all seasoned up. That's ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I've got 1 cup. Actually, I put a little bit more of that just because I love it so much. Put 1 cup of ground beef in there. It's now going into my bowl with my lettuce. And I'm next going to add my grated cheese. Now please look at the side of the grater that I'm grating the cheese on. It's on the biggest side. Please do not work on the smaller sides. Now this one, if anything, you could use never on this side to grate cheese. It just makes a big mess. This one, no, don't use that one. It's just for slices and it doesn't work very well. So the largest size is the side that you're going to grate on. Please be careful as you get closer down here to the end of the cheese, because you can actually grate your fingers. These are meant to catch yourselves, so please be careful when you're doing that. So you're going to put your 1/2 cup of cheese in there, okay? And then next we're going to add our beans. Now with the beans here, I'm actually going to show you about using this because I didn't realize at first, a lot of people have never used a can opener before. So see how I'm just using this part of it to clip on there. So I'm going to clip it together until it clicks. And then I'm just using this little crank part here to turn this around and around and around, okay? Now, this one calls for kidney beans. Our recipe, I didn't have kidney beans. I had something else. These ones are called pigeon peas. So anyways, these are the peas that I'm going to be using, or the beans. Now I do want to rinse that out a little bit here. So I'm just going to put a little bit of water, swish it around a little bit, pour out the excess. This water can go down the sink, that's okay. Please make sure you drain those out because you don't want all that bean juice to go along with it. Now, if you prefer not to have beans, you could not have beans in yours. That's completely your choice. You're going to measure 1/2 cup of that. Oops. Let's get rid of that. 1/2 cup of that. Okay, so that can be poured right into there. Next, we're going to put in 1/2 cup of corn. I've already drained that and opened that ahead of time. We're going to put in our sweet peppers. Now the sweet peppers, I actually had to cut them twice, so I've doubled my amount. So I'm just going to put in 1/2 that amount. It doesn't call for tomatoes, but I absolutely love tomatoes. So I'm putting in 1 cup of tomatoes. I'm also going to then put in the green onions and the tortilla chips. Okay, which I hid back here so the camera lady didn't eat them all on me. Now for those, I'm just going to break those up a little bit because I don't want big triangles of them. Okay, so I'm going to break that up. That's going to be more like your croutons on your salad. And actually I'm going to wait till last to put those on because otherwise they get soggy. So I'm just going to hold off on that on a minute. What I want to show you next is the dressing here. Now it does call for sour cream. However, I didn't have sour cream. What I did have is mayonnaise. So I'm going to make a dressing out of mayonnaise instead. I sprinkled a little bit of taco seasoning, of the taco seasoning that I had, onto that. And then what I thought is, why not try a little bit of salsa with it? So this is not what the recipe calls for, but this is where we can kind of ad-lib a little bit and kind of be creative on our own. So now I'm going to mix that all up together, and that becomes my dressing that I'm going to put on my salad. So then what I'm going to do is mix that all together, top it off with my tortilla chips, and voila, I have a taco salad. So I hope you guys are doing well at home. Let me know how this turns out. I haven't heard from anybody. Even better, post a video of you making it. I'd love to see you guys. Also, stay tuned. We're going to have some bonus footage today of Kiana making a Frappuccino. So stay tuned for that. Take care.